Question from June 2002, paper 1, question number 10, question 4 from the book. The function f and g are defined by fx is 3x plus 2, gx is 6 upon 2x plus 3. Let's just remove this. For normal fx function, if you see that x is element of real numbers, even for gx, this is given, but the function is undefined when it is minus 1.5, which means if I put minus 1.5 at on the x, if I substitute that, so this will particularly become what? 3. Minus 3. Minus 3 plus 3 will become 0. So anything divided by 0 will obviously become what? Undefined. So find the value of x for which f g x is equal to 3. Can I see a composite function here? If I see a composite function, let's write down fx is equal to 3x plus 2 f gx. That means I substitute gx function in the place of x. So 3, 6 upon 2x plus 3 plus 2. This becomes the composite function. That means in the place of x, I substituted the function of what? Gx. Now, considering f gx, let's write down the equation for this. This becomes 18 upon 2x plus 3 plus 2. If we just take the LCM of this, so f gx will be 18 plus 2, 2x plus 3 upon 2x plus 3, because LCM is must. So if we just write this thing down as what? f gx is equal to 3. So this thing f gx will be replaced as 3. Because obviously we need to substitute in the place of what? f gx is equal to 3. 18 plus 4x plus 2 3s become 6. Whereas this will remain as 2x plus 3. Let's, the division 2x plus 3, let's multiply on the other side. This will become 3, 2x plus 3. And we have is 24 plus 4x. 6x plus 3 3s become 9 is equal to 24 plus 4x. Let's have this 6x minus 4x is equal to 24 minus 9. So this will become 2x. 24 minus 9 is 15. X should be 15 upon 2 as an answer. Because for part 1, the question says write down x. Find the value of x when f gx is equal to 3. So in part 2, the question says sketch in the single diagram the graph of y is equal to what? Fx, and y is equal to f inverse of x, making clear the relationship between the two graphs. Now, fx and f inverse of x relationship is always under the line y is equal to x. Is always under the line y is equal to x. And whenever there is y is equal to x, basically it is a reflection. It is a reflection under the line y is equal to x, which means if a coordinates are 2 and 4, so a in inverse or a dash coordinate will become what? 4, 2. That means if fx coordinates are 3 and 5, so f inverse coordinates will be 5 and 3. The coordinates will always interchange. So now what we have is we need to write down the clear relationship, and the question says that fx is equal to 3x plus 2. This is the equation given, that is fx is equal to what? 3x plus 2 with all the real numbers as what? Elements. So that means we can take any value of x. So let's just use fx as 1. If f is 1. So that means this should be what? 5. If f is 0, this should be what? 2. If f is -1, that means this should be -1. Do you guys agree to this? You need to understand that all the values, if my x is 1, then y needs to be 5. If x is 0, then y is 2. If x is -1, y is -1 as well. So this should be 1, 5, 0, 2 coordinates, -1, -1. These are the three coordinates that can be used. So let's just draw the normal. Let's just draw this. If we are drawing this particular graph, considering all the values, and we know that your entire graph starts off with what? 1, -1, right? So this is 1 -1, this becomes 0. So considering this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this becomes your y-axis, this becomes your x-axis, whereas -1 should be here. So the coordinates represented were 1 and 5. This is your first coordinate. Then the coordinate represented were 0 and 2. Then the coordinate represented were -1 and -1. So if I see, it's a linear line. It's a linear line that is shown by what? Y is equal to fx. The linear line of what? Y is equal to fx, and the fx function is 3x plus 2. Now, since I said that it is a clear relationship between what? Y is equal to x. It is a clear relationship of line y is equal to x, and y is equal to x line passes through what? The origin 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So this becomes my y is equal to x line. This becomes my y is equal to x line. Similarly, on the other hand, what you need to understand is, since it was 1, 0 and 2, 1 and 5, now it should become what? The coordinates would be 5 and 1. The coordinate should be 2 and 0. The coordinate should be -1, -1. Now these entire coordinates are for what? F inverse of x. These coordinates were for what? F x. So what I need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say 5 is here. So we will have your 1 and 5 becomes 5 and 1. Your 0 and 2 becomes 2, 0. And finally -1, -1. So if you see, there will be a point on the y-axis, y is equal to x line. There will always be a point on the line y is equal to x. So can I say there would be a line, there would be a point. So this point crosses what? The points, and this line is the line for y is equal to f inverse of x. Normally, generally, these lines are all equal. It's just the sketch. The question has said, sketch it out. So sketch means you don't need to have the exact values. It's just that you can directly show the points and just mark the values, right? So in the single diagram, graph of y is equal to fx drawn, y is equal to f inverse x is drawn, making clear the relationship. So we can directly say that the relationship between fx and f inverse of x is under the line y is equal to x, which is the reflection of the coordinates, which is the reflection of the coordinates. So clear relationship is reflection under the line y is equal to x whenever we talk about fx and f inverse of x. Part C. The question says express each of the f inverse x and g inverse x in terms of x and solve the equation. So if we just express these forms, let's say fx is equal to 3x plus 2, gx is equal to 6 upon 2x plus 3. Let's change these values. Can we say to change this, fx will become y minus 2 upon 3 is equal to what? X. Obviously, y will change fx to y, then make x the subject. And then we change x minus 2 upon 3 is equal to what? F inverse of x. So this becomes the expression for f inverse of x. For this will be y, and then 2x plus 3 should be multiplied is equal to what? 6. 2xy plus 3y is equal to 6. 2xy is equal to 6 minus 3y. X is equal to 6 minus 3y upon what? Upon 2y. So is x the subject here? So when x is the subject here, this will become g inverse of x, and your y will turn to x. So these are the 3 steps when we follow. The step number 1 is change fx to y. Second step, make x the subject. Third step, change x to f inverse of x and y to x. The last step obviously goes through the same step. Now, can I say the question clearly mentioned that f inverse of x is equal to what? G inverse of x. So the expression for f inverse of x is x minus 2 upon 3. G inverse of x is 6 minus 3x upon 2x. Can we just multiply this 2x on the other side? Because of equal to, there will be cross multiplication. This will be written as like this. This should be 2x squared minus 4x. 6 3 is 18 minus 9x. 2x squared minus 4x plus 9x minus 18 should be 0. 2x plus 5x minus 18 is equal to what? 0. So 2 into 18 will become 36. 2 into 18 is 36. So the factors for this is 1 into 36, 2 into 18, 6 into 6, 9 into 4. Can we say and 12 into 3 as well? Then we also have 18 into 2. So those are reversals. So obviously these all the answers will be cancelled. Only 9 and 4 can remain because we need 5. So can we say 2x plus, or we can have minus initially because there is 2 before this. So this can be minus 4x plus 9x minus 18 is equal to what? 0. 2x is common. So this can be what? 1 minus what? Can 2x squared. So that means x minus 2 plus 9 is common. X minus 2 is equal to 0. 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X becomes minus 9 upon 2 and x becomes what? 2. So these are the two values for particular part C, where it says, obviously you need to write down solve the equation of F inverse equal to what? G inverse. So this question was from June 2002, paper 1, question number 10.